The idea was just basically that I didn't understand why everybody always said the Constitution is the most brilliant document. I didn't understand why people kept saying that my whole life. I didn't understand it. I was like, all right, I know the Bill of Rights, but what's this other stuff? We the people of the United, I didn't really like colonial times. They always bored and depressed me. Colonial clothes depressed me. I don't like those wigs. I don't like any of it. From researching and working on it, I was like, oh, I get it. I do get why it was kind of like this psychological document. Like it created a psychology. It created boundaries of behavior. Trying to discuss this country's problems today without bringing up the Constitution is very, narrow, very shallow, Let me show you this lovely number. What's the matter? You don't like it?
Yeah, I'll take it next door and give it a steam.
What about this one? What about this one? Much?
Yeah, the red on red.
What do you mean?
Well, you got the red bricks behind you.
You know what? You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I really don't, but
I realize that. You're just like me.
Rebecca's good. I mean, this is a classic.
Alright, go with that one. What the fuck do I care? Cool. Why not? Let's play it safe. That's why we came in show business, right? Play it safe. Everybody feels like they're so right in this country. I mean, they feel like they know the way. Everybody. And it's like, I feel that way too. And it's like, that's the beauty of it. That it's like, we all feel that way, too bad. You know what I mean? It's got like that tough attitude, like tough shit. We all think we know the right way to be. We all think our side or our particular balance would work. And the fact is, tough shit, that's human nature. Like that it took into account not just human nature of people in power, but human nature of the citizenry too. That we all think we want to do it our way, it's going to work. And for whatever magic way, I mean, look, maybe we're lucky. Like I said, we had good resources, we had a lot of land, so there's been no real revolutionary, like there's no bloodbath, Bosnian, but since the Civil War, there's been no internecine, first time I ever used that word, last time I ever used it, and there's been no like internal real bloodbath since the Civil War. So I mean, that's impressive, like a lot of places, but also that could be geographical in the fact that we weren't starving in other places, but it is interesting, Cut to, by the time this comes out, there's like the most brutal bloodbath in America. Like, what an idiot that guy was. Talk about a non-psychic. Guy predicted exactly the opposite of what happened.
Scott, you're gonna go down there, do what you gotta do with him, then you come back up here and then I'll greet you and we'll go
Perfect, sounds good.
down.
You'll greet him.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hi Scott, how are you? Did you have fun with Colin? Try not to choke before you go on stage this time.
The other night I took a big sip of water before I went on. And I was choking to death. And I go out like this.
No, your lights were on, I'm like, Colin's supposed to be on stage right now.
Then I came out, I was like, hi guys, I just almost choked. The crowd's like, yeah.
Oh, they thought it was the opening.
Yeah, they thought it was
Near-death experience before you perform.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how that could connect to the fucking Constitution.
But somehow you made it work.
Yeah. Well, I was just so happy to be alive.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah. It gives you a real,
It's a shame nobody in the audience heard you coughing and choking in the back.
I know, but still, they could feel my energy, like, wow, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing. You forget. They don't want to hear about one subject. They want you to change the subject a lot in comedy clubs. It's a combination of drinking, what everyone's trained to do, and, just people's mentalities change the subject. Change to something else now. You know what I mean? The way the seats are set up, they're all facing front right now. There's no table. There's no facing each other. So you're not, like the nonverbal clue is people are facing each other, tables facing each other, people are facing each other. That's telling them partly you're there to talk to each other and socialize and drink and eat, and partly you're there to watch this person on stage. A theater, everybody's facing front. The nonverbal clue is, here's the goddamn show, That's why comedians, as they start getting successful, they all want to do theaters. They all say, I'm doing theaters. It's for the money, but it's also because it's a different crowd. You know, you have to talk at a comedy club because you have to order. If you don't talk, if they say, can I take your order, and you don't answer, you'd get thrown out. So you have to speak some words at a comedy club. And people think, you know, I can yell back or I can help, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a different vibe. But one night I did a casino by Foxwoods and I did get heckled in the middle, right near the beginning of the show. I was talking about the Greeks. This guy goes, I'm Greek. I'm Greek. I go, shut your fucking mouth. So it turned into like this thing where I'm like, shut your face, you fucking. I go, you're just trashing him. He starts fighting. He's like, bring it. Come on, bring it. Like he's challenging me to come down and fight him. And then security throws him out. And like for 5 minutes, just me and him cursing each other out as he gets dragged out of the place. And then you have to go back to the show. And the funny thing is, here's what I'm really used to. Before the show, I saw him about 45 minutes before the show, him and his friend, and he goes, we're coming to see you. And I knew in my head, I was like, he's trouble. Because he was already too drunk and too enthusiastic. We're coming to see you. And I was like, oh. When you hear the old fife and drum music, that's when we're gonna start. It's like fucking music, like, you know.
Okay. Go.
Hey, turn off your cell phones if you haven't turned them off already. I say that because I know that it pisses people off when you say that. You're like, hey, I'll turn it off, don't tell me what to do. And the reason that's important and relevant to this show is because that's what the Constitution has made us as Americans. People that just think all the time when somebody tells you to do something, don't tell me what to do. Or who died and made you king. Or mind your business, I'll get to it. I know my rights. That's why the Constitution is still the only document people talk about.
Does the material change from night to night?
Yes, the material changes from night to night. That's the beauty of the show, that we can incorporate whatever's happening in the world, because it's all, whatever's happening in this country is always relevant to the Constitution.
How did you incorporate the Trayvon stuff into it?
Just as far as talking about how, you know, when the president says, you know, I was profiled too. You know, he said, you know, people closing their door, locking their car doors and elevators. Before I was a senator, I was profiled like that too. And I go, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. Nobody said, hey, the handsome biracial guy in the Harvard Law sweatshirt is walking by. Please lock the car door.
Take it out of context many times. Free speech, which was nobody. You can boo politicians. They said they can boo us. We don't care. England, boo, King's coming. Oh, 6 marches. I got him. Maybe you can boo and the founding fathers once again geniuses, because everywhere else all the leaders are like, one thing you do, you're gonna run a country, you don't let the people speak. Trust me.
It's interesting though, because once now I'm doing this, it's like if I just do stand-up after this, people are gonna be like, ah, what are you doing? What, you know? Now what else you got? Like, what's the next subject? What is the next subject? You do the history of the world, the history of the country. Space. What I would like to do, ideally, would be learn like about energy, like the energy in the world, to harness the energy, like that guy in Florida that took the big boulders and built that place. You know, this place, it's built out of all these big boulders and nobody saw him do it. But I'd like to be able to do that. In that, I'd like to be able to, like, have the energy to kill people without even touching them. You know what I mean? I realize it's a 12-year-old's fantasy, but that's what I do, what I would like. Like, research a show and then I'm like flinging people around the crowd. That would be cool. There's nothing else that really interests me at this point. Imagine that, just fling people.
Then you ought to take that show to the comedy club, because then somebody heckles you.
Then I would take that to the clubs, exactly. Clean up the clubs. Like the Old West, like the sheriff in the Old West, just go to the comedy clubs. And when the owner goes, yeah, we have some drunk ones tonight, don't worry about it. Give the bouncer a night off, he deserves it. I'm just flinging people like this in my hand. Clamp their mouth shut, but without even being next to them like this. When he goes like this, 4 rows in. That'd be cool. It's only funny because we both know I'm dead serious. It wouldn't be funny if I was just trying to be funny right now, but so much of a higher percentage of me is dead serious. That's why it's funny.
I remember calling this booking agent. I go, look, I'm going into rehab tomorrow. Can I do a show somewhere tonight so I can get some money to go get high one last time? And he booked me at this club, BF Packy's on Route 9 in Jersey. I got $60, went to New York, bought cigarettes, 4 vials of crack, smoked them till sunup, drove to rehab,